Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, December 23rd, and I am reading a book, which is The Caller. I am 68% in, and this is the, I think, 8th book in the Robert Hunter series, which is a mystery thriller, pretty violent, gory, descriptive series that I really like. And yeah, I do intend on finishing it tonight if possible. That would be ideal. And I next want to start Wayward, which I've had for a while, but I haven't obviously read yet. But I would like to actually read it this week. I don't know why, it's just calling to me. I mean, I am gonna be reading it for a video eventually, so why not now, you know? So yeah, I brought it with me. I had it at my place and I brought it here to my hometown, my parents' house. And yeah, I do want to read it. I think it's pretty short. I mean, it's 368 pages, which I guess is like a normal length book, but I read so many fantasy, and that's like 600, 800, I mean 600, 700, 800, 900 page books that like a 300 and something page book is like short, which it's not, it's a normal length book, but yeah, from like a lot of the fantasies that I read is like short-ish. So yeah, I do want to finish this one, read this one, and then I have absolutely no clue, but I'm sure I'll think of something, because if there is something that I'm not missing is books in my TBR. So yeah, like I said, today is Monday. I did go to work earlier today, but I, after work, came back because I'm not gonna be working anymore until the end of the year, which I am very happy about. I have a week and 2 days to just relax and do nothing. I mean, I'm obviously not gonna be doing nothing, but nothing in terms of work, which is great. I'm very excited for that. And yeah, tomorrow is Christmas Eve, which is gonna be at my house. And I mean, the only thing that I'm in charge of doing is I'm obviously gonna be helping my parents with pretty much everything. But the thing that is I'm in charge of doing is one of the desserts, which I'm not excited about. I'm really not. But my mom was like, come on, do this one thing. And I was like, okay, fine. I'll do it, but just know that I'm not excited about it, because it's fried, and it takes so long because it's individual, pieces, and it takes so long, and I'm just in front of the fryer for so long, and it gets really hot, it gets really greasy, I get really hot and really greasy, and I don't like it, but I'm gonna do it. So yeah, that's happening tomorrow. And yeah, honestly, that's it. My plans are to do nothing, just read, possibly write. I would like to write during this break. I told my friend I would, and so she's expecting things to read from me. So I got you. I hope so. So yeah, I'm gonna read, I'm gonna write, I don't know, honestly, that's probably it. I mean, watch YouTube, obviously, watch a lot of YouTube. And I also I still haven't watched Echo from Marvel, and I've watched I don't know, whatever things have come out after Echo. I've watched everything, I just haven't watched Echo. So maybe I would like to watch that before the end of the year. And also I know that What If season 3 came out, the premiere was yesterday, but I'm gonna wait for all of the episodes to be out to watch it with my bestie, because we love to lose our minds together with Marvel stuff. And I know there's an episode, at least an episode, that's about Agatha. I can't wait. I'm still in love with Agatha. Absolutely. Haven't gotten over it. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. But yeah, I think that is everything for this intro. And welcome to the vlog. Hello. It is Thursday, I think. I don't even know what day it is. I think it's Thursday. And I just finished filming my video for like my favorite and least favorite books of 2024. And as usual, every time I'm filming these sit-down videos, I am tired of talking. So I always say that I'm gonna try to make this fast, but then I just talk. But I don't think I have much to say this time. So I am actually gonna try to make this fast. But I have finished The Color. I think I was like 70% in or something like that when I started this vlog. And so I finished that on Monday night. And it was fun. It was definitely a good time. Kind of scary, kind of gross, kind of creepy, but a good time nonetheless. And these books, like, I think from like every book of the series except the like prequel novella, the actual novels, I have just given 4 or 4.5 stars. So I either really like them or I love them. And this one was I really liked it kind of book. And like in the beginning, I was really loving it, but I feel like it kind of lost me a little bit in the middle. I mean, I never like stopped really liking it, obviously, because I gave it 4 stars. And yeah, I obviously liked it all the way through, but I was liking it more in the beginning than in the ending. But obviously, I still enjoyed it and I gave it 4 stars. And wait, did I actually even say what this book was about? I don't think I did. I just said I was into it, like 60%, 70, whatever, into it. I don't think I said what it was about. Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit. So this book was the, I think, 8th book in the Robert Hunter series, which is a mystery thriller series where we follow Robert Hunter, who is a homicide detective. And in this book, like, people would get phone calls video calls from either like a friend or a spouse or a sibling. And when they would answer, they, like, the people that supposedly called them would be like tied up. And there was someone behind the phone with like a distorted voice saying that they were going to ask 2 very simple questions, and if they got those 2 simple questions correct, they would let their loved one go. And the first question was actually always very easy and they always got it right, but the second question, that could be considered easy, but it was something that they didn't know how to answer, and so they always had to watch their loved one die. So Hunter and his partner Garcia were investigating those cases, and actually like one of the people that was called, I think it was in the second case, they also had like a pretty shady business. Like what they did was pretty shady, so they were also like not very fond of the police, but they kind of had to, talk to the police because someone that they cared about was killed. And so that was pretty fun, and I was invested, and like it was definitely very gory and pretty gross. And I was invested in the mystery, but yeah, I didn't love it as much as some of the others in the series. Like some of them have been like 4.5 stars, like really close to 5. It just didn't give me the 5-star feeling. And this one wasn't the case, but I still really, really enjoyed it. I still had a good time. And yeah, I did give it 4 stars. And then on Tuesday, I didn't read anything because I was, with my parents preparing the Christmas dinner, like Christmas Eve dinner. So yeah, I didn't read a single page. I didn't read a single word other than like my dessert recipe. So yeah, there was that. But then yesterday, I actually read a whole book, which was pretty short, so it's not that like I read that much, but I read The Dead Cattail Assassins, which was a fantasy book, and we were following Aveen, who was one of the Dead Cattail Assassins, and they were not cats, but they were assassins, and they were dead. But so basically Aveen was one of them, and she was, like I said, dead. She had died in circumstances that we don't know, and she had like made a deal with the like a goddess, and like had kind of like given her soul, sort of like it's like she was bonded to her, and she became one of her assassins. And they had no memory of anything from like their previous life. They didn't even know who they were or like how they died or anything. And like they had rules to follow in the contracts that they took. And so we are following Aveen as she's going on one of her missions. But then when she sees the person that she has to assassinate, she actually gets like a memory from her past life, which should not be possible. And so she's trying to figure out like how she's even able to have the memory and why like she was assigned that mission specifically, because from like the memory that she's had, she knows that it was someone who wants to target her specifically. And yeah, we are trying to learn about her and about her past and why someone would want to target her specifically and like who they are. And it was definitely very fun. I was very invested in the beginning. And again, like in the middle, it kind of lost me a little bit, but then I also really, really loved the ending. And yeah, this one is pretty short, so I can't really say any more about it. But yeah, I really loved the beginning and I really loved the ending. And the middle was, I mean, I still enjoyed it, just not like as much. But yeah, I still had a really, really good time. I think it was really, really fun. And I gave it 4 stars as well. And that is what I've read. I still haven't started Wayward, but I would love to actually start it today. So I think that I will. I don't see a reason why I wouldn't. So yeah, this is probably gonna be the next book that I read. And actually, like, I don't love this cover. Like, there is another cover for this book that I like way more. I think this one is just, it's so pink. It's so incredibly pink. Like in your face pink. So I don't love it, but it was the only cover that they had like when I bought it. So I mean, I like the bird. I think the bird is really pretty, even though it has like kind of a moth, I guess, there. You see the moth? I mean, this is also part of a moth, and I hate like any kind of butterfly, moths included. So I don't love that, but I like, you know, the design of the bird with like the flowers, but I don't like the pink or the moths. So there's that. But I hope I like the book. And here it says, man invented the word witch. We call ourselves Wayward. So yeah, I'm excited for this because it's about witches and I love witches, especially now. Like I'm in a witch mood. Ever since I watched Agatha All Along, I haven't gotten out of a witch mood. Like everything I think about is witches. So I hope I love this. And yeah, I will probably start it tonight. And yeah, I don't know what else I'm gonna read like after I finish this, because it's also like not that long. It's 368 pages. So, you know, it's also not like that long. So I should finish it maybe like tomorrow, Saturday, if I don't get to read that much today and tomorrow. So I will probably start another book this week. I just don't know what it's gonna be. But yeah, I think that is everything that I had to say for now. Obviously, like my Christmas Eve dinner happened, and actually I got these earrings. My mom gave me these earrings, and I think they're really cute because they have like the bear here and here. They're so cute. And yeah, it went great. It was a lot of fun. There was so much food. I was so full, but really happy because it was all delicious. And yeah, that's it. That's what's happened, I think. And I will talk to you at some point over the weekend, I think. Hello, it is Sunday. I was actually gonna update yesterday, but I didn't. But honestly, I have nothing new to update today than I would have yesterday because I didn't read yesterday. So there's that. But I did read a book since I last talked to you, which was Wayward. And this is a fantasy, like I guess magical realism book. And in it, we follow three different women that are like part of the same family, but in three different timelines. So we follow Kate in 2019, we follow Violet in 1942, and Alpha in 1619. And they are all like in a pretty bad situation. Like Kate is the one in 2019. She is running from an abusive relationship, and she goes to a house that used to belong to her great aunt Violet, who's a character that we follow in 1942. And Violet in 1942 is like her father wants her to be just, a proper young lady, which, his definition of proper young lady is not really who Violet is. And she like has no freedom to do anything and to be like who she is. And she is also like trying to learn more about her mother because she only knows that basically she died when she was like 1 year old or something. And she is like finding things about her mother that seem very mysterious. And then in 1619, Alpha is being accused of witchcraft, and she is like on trial, and if she's found guilty, she will die. And they're all in pretty bad situations, and we see as they discover more like about themselves and like their families and their powers. I mean, Alpha is the only one who really knows about all of it, but the others really don't know anything. And we see as they discover and like as they use their power and as they fight to free themselves from these terrible circumstances that they're in. And I really, really liked it. I was invested in all of the plot lines, even though I feel like Kate was the one that I was the least invested in because she was really like the least witchy story. So I was way more invested in the other two characters, but I liked all of them, and I liked to see how they, fought and how they overcame everything, and how like they were all like connected and everything came together in the end, and how like even if they weren't, alive at the same time, they still kind of like in a way helped each other. Like I really, really, really liked it, and I also really liked the ending. So yeah, I can't really say that it was like a good time or a fun read because it was, really sad and awful things happened, but I did really enjoy it. And I'm debating between 4 or 4.5 stars, still not entirely sure, but I obviously did really like it. And yeah, that is what I have read. I read that on Thursday and Friday, and then yesterday I was gonna start a book, but I didn't. And the book I was gonna start was Five Survive, the thriller, but I just didn't read anything. I was not really feeling it, so I didn't force myself to read. But I do want to start reading it today, and I don't plan on finishing it today or like this week, but I would like to finish it before the end of the year. So there is that. That will probably be my last book of the year because I don't see myself reading more than one book until Tuesday. So yeah, that is what I've been doing, what I've been reading. I am still entirely obsessed with witches. And I also did watch Squid Game, the second season, because it came out on the 26th, I think. So I watched that, the second season, and I am angry at the end. I am so angry. Like, I did like it. I've seen a lot of people saying that they didn't like the season, and I get it because it wasn't very satisfying, but I did actually enjoy it. But I'm very angry with what happened at the end. Very, very angry. So there's that. And I've just filmed my book for like my anticipated releases for 2025, which took quite a bit to film because I had 20 books to talk about. And like I had just the synopsis to talk about. Synopses? I don't know words. Yeah, but still, it was 20 books. So I think it took me like 40 minutes to talk about them. once I edit that down, it will hopefully be much shorter. But I am tired of talking. So I also don't think I have anything else to say because I've literally been doing honestly nothing, which has been absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I am gonna hopefully start reading Five Survive and make some progress in it. And I will be back tomorrow to wrap up this vlog. Okay, so it's Monday. I'm here to wrap up the vlog, and I've done pretty much nothing since I last talked to you. I only started Five Survive last night, like pretty late already, so I only read 12%, which is like the first hour because this book is divided by hours, like each part is an hour, and I only read the first hour, which I think was 10 p.m. I'm pretty sure. So that was, I think, 4 chapters, and yeah, the first hour was 10 p.m., and that is the only part I read. So nothing has really happened. We've only met the characters, and there are like 6 friends, a group of 6 friends in an RV are going on a road trip. I think they're going to a campsite, and we basically got to know them, and I mean not that deeply yet, obviously, and they were kind of lost at the end of this hour, and then I think they got like a flat tire or something, so they are like kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere and they're lost, and that is all that's happened. Like, I know one of them is gonna die because they're 6 and the book is called Five Survive, but that's it so far. And like, we got some information that could like lead to a motive for like someone to die, but since that happened in the first hour, I'm assuming that's not gonna be what actually happens. So there's that. Like, I don't even really have any thoughts about the book yet because nothing has really happened. But yeah, I think I read like 40 pages, so yeah, not that much. And other than that, I also didn't really do much. I like nothing productive. So yeah, that's it. But my goal for like this week was to pretty much do nothing productive. So it's working out great. But to wrap up what I actually read this week. So I finished The Collar, I read The Dead Cattail Assassins, I read Wayward, and I started Five Survive, and that was 793 pages, which is definitely less than what I've been reading in the last few weeks. But honestly, it's more than I expected to read because, like I said, I just wanted to kind of do nothing. So it's still more than I expected to read. And also, I enjoyed everything that I read. So I'm still very happy with what I've read and with how much I've read. And like, today is the 30th of December, but this book is gonna be out on January 1st, I think. So happy 2025. And yeah, that is everything for this weekly reading vlog. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a like and subscribe. And I will talk to you next time. Bye!